So I've gone for the front page of the Daily Mail because Wish You Weren't Here actually sums up everything. I mean, the story is concentrating on the utter chaos on the roads at the moment, and particularly in Dover. I mean, there are how many of us hitting the roads this weekend? 18.8 million people are hitting the roads today and tomorrow. That's just stay here and watch the telly.
I wonder if a lot of them might have said, I'm not flying because I can't face the airport. We'll drive.
This is the thing, Anne. I mean, sort of, page 6 and 7 of the Mail, then a spread on it. So the main image is of the queues of cars at Dover, which is appalling, obviously. But they've also got a piece on there's no end to airport queue chaos as well, so don't go to the airport, you've got a queue. And then also...
And train strikes.
And there's a train strike coming up next Wednesday and Saturday. So really, whatever you do, you're doomed. But, I mean, obviously, as you've been saying so eloquently, the travel chaos at Dover, this is the start of the school holidays, right? Families are desperate to get away, and kids sitting in these cars. I mean, the Daily Star's front page is quite fun with it. You know, are we nearly there yet? I mean, you know, the cry of every child stuck in a car on a long car journey, literally 5 minutes after you put them in it. But, I mean, it's like sitting in these kids. There was one chap saying, we've moved literally 50 metres in an hour trying to get through.
Oh, that would drive you mad.
It would drive you absolutely mad. And it's been declared as a critical incident. And now, look, I know it's bad, right, but everything is a critical incident these days, isn't it? The heat wave was Armageddon. This is a critical incident. I mean...
This in the heat wave would have been problematic.
Yes, but problematic.
Well, it would have been almost fatal for some,
well, it could have been, but it's the language we're using around it as well, which makes it sound, you know, just completely horrific. But, I mean, this is obviously, you know, we always blame the French. We're British, that's what we do. But, I mean, it's like the French have got 12 border control booths there, only 6 of which they've manned. And Dover are saying, look, we are prepared for this, all our booths are open, why aren't the French doing the same? And the French are saying it's down to an unforeseeable technical incident.
What's technical about it?
Unexplained, yeah.
No, it's like the start of the summer holidays. I mean, evidently there was a small glitch in the tunnel that caused this problem. I really... No.
I staff at Dover have also said that they saw the staffing plans and were, you know, their jaws hit the floor when they saw how few staff were going to be sent to these booths. So then, to say it's a technical incident seems a bit of a rubbish excuse. And, you know, as you said, this is the start of the summer holidays. It's also probably the first time a lot of people have got away since COVID.
Exactly.
You know, this is there's more demand than there's ever been for travel. This is going to be, even if you take away, you know, the people going abroad, this is apparently going to be the biggest, busiest day on the roads for over a decade.
Yeah, I mean...
What I don't understand is why is the French border at Dover? Why isn't it at Calais?
Hasn't it always been?
It has. It's the Le Touquet agreement.
It make more sense if it were at Calais, because we could actually then put our holidaymakers on the ferries, they'd go to Calais, and then the problem would be Calais.
The ferries are actually sailing empty. I mean, the ferries are still operating normally, but they're empty because no one can get on them because they're in this gridlock.
Whereas if we let people get on them and then the French border control had to deal with them at Calais, it would be their problem and they would have to deal with them.
And they'd have all 12 booths manned then, I bet.
Yes, that's right.
Fraser, you were going to explain what...
Well, yeah, so we've had this agreement in place for quite a long time. It's called the Le Touquet agreement. And the idea is actually to make it more efficient because then you just have one set of checks. And then once you've gone past the UK border, the French border, then you can just roll off the ferry and you don't have to worry about it. So, you know, something that was designed to be more efficient and has been probably until today is now breaking down.
Do you think there's a tiny bit of the French going, well, you did Brexit, this is our way of getting you back?
Tiny bit.
That's what everybody thinks.
A lot of it.
Well, you know.
The border staff at Dover are saying that the French are being overly officious despite having so few staff. So, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of that. Maybe there's a bit of resentment of having to invest more money in the extra checks. I mean, there are extra checks that are needed now that we've left the EU, but I'm sure the French are not happy about having to...
Brian says, I don't understand why the Brits put up with the French and all the strokes they've pulled over the years with delays at the port of Calais. There are other ports that could be used, like Belgium, for instance, and other countries. They may be a longer trip than Dover to Calais, but let's get a grip and stick it to the French. It's time they felt the pain.
Well, we don't seem to be having the problem with the ferries or the ports going to Spain or Belgium or Holland, do we?
Yeah.
No,
Just saying.
we don't.
No, we don't.
We don't.